there anybody who did not participate today or who was limited?
Jordan Goodwin, Quentin Jackson, and Denny were not participating today. Everyone else was involved in some capacity, and we were trying to keep an eye on Brad, just make sure he didn't overextend himself. We had some bumps and bruises, nothing significant, so we make sure guys aren't pushing through too soon and just make sure we're pacing ourselves.
What was the specific focus for today?
Once again, compete. This is a very competitive practice. It's exciting to have two consecutive days where guys are really getting after it. It's not always clean, and to be expected. We're knocking some rust off, and as we implement a little bit more, it'll pick up a little bit. But I'm very pleased with where we are right now.
We were just talking to Corey. He's kind of an interesting situation just because he came in and had the unexpected big role last year. Where is he at in terms of the role he might play? Does he have to kind of be ready for whatever you guys do?
Well, I think he has to be ready. All the guys have to be ready. I'm not etched in stone as far as my top 10 guys. It's tough to play 10, but I think you look at the balance of this roster, he easily could play 10 guys every night. I feel really good about it. So that's a good problem to have. He did a terrific job last year, taking full advantage of those minutes. And for a young player to kind of learn on the fly, it really helped him to the point where he's now.
How is it having Monte Morris just kind of as an extension of you on the court so far?
It feels comfortable. Obviously been around him, coached him, but it just shows you the player that he is. He's very cerebral, has good feel, plays with great pace, great understanding of what the game needs. He knows when to get a guy a shot, how to get it. So you just feel like you have another guy out there who can coach on the fly.
How much is different from what you guys are doing in Denver? I mean, I'm sure the terminology is a little bit different, but just how much do you think he already knows?
It's quite different. I mean, some of the play calls are similar, some are the same, but it's different personnel. So I think just getting more acclimated to know that's not Jokic or know this is not Aaron Gordon. It's a different roster. Mm-hmm. So they're going to play to different strengths, and you just got to figure out how to utilize those guys to their abilities.
Coach, what's it like having a guy like Taj around training camp for today? This guy that's been around the league for a long time.
Yeah, he's a pro's pro. He's a vet. He brings that intensity, physicality, aggressiveness, and he's a steadying presence for some of our young guys. He gets a little bit rattled at times. Games really fast. So he's always lending an ear and being that vet mentor, which I think is tremendous. He does it unsolicited, so I think he gets it at this juncture in his career. He knows how to impact the game. Obviously, he's going to keep himself ready. He's going to find minutes. He's one of those guys who's going to force you behind. But he also understands that he can pass it on. And he's open to doing that. So I got to give him a lot of credit. He's come in and you can feel his impact right away.
So far, 2 days in, what intangibles have you noticed from this team so far?
Well, the competitive piece that we spoke of, but also the carryover. We're seeing a lot of carryover from last year. There's some subtle differences, but I think it's good to see where we are now compared to where we began at the start of last season. We fast-tracked a lot of those things, so it makes us feel a lot more comfortable about where we are on both sides of the ball.
And then Monte spoke about having an early preseason game to get a jump on the competition. Just what are some of the strengths that you feel like you possess having this early on preseason game?
Well, I mean, there are some strengths to getting ahead of it a little bit. We're practicing a couple of days earlier. Guys return to market, probably a few days sooner. So you get those opportunities for them to be in the gym and be around each other, to kind of learn the language a little bit. There are some logistical things that are tough. Playing in a foreign country, and it's a long flight, but it's a great opportunity. And the competition is second to none, so it's certainly a challenge for us to see where we are.
How much are you cognizant of or worry about that and spiritual hours where it can require some adjustments both going there and coming back?
That's just the nature of it. I don't think it's an issue at all. I mean, both teams have to travel. I think it's one thing we can complain about or embrace. We're taking the other side of it. We're going to embrace the opportunity. Try to make it work and play to our strengths. Of course, the concern is when you come back, before you know it. But you know, it is what it is. So look forward to the opportunity and take full advantage of it.
What are the objectives this early in camp with this roster?
Obviously, we want to lay a foundation. We want to see our guys compete, continue to build that long-term chemistry. The bottom line this early is we want to see where we are health-wise. Not everyone's ready to go full board, and for obvious reasons. We want to make sure we come out of camp and get through the games in Japan, get through the preseason healthy and hopefully give ourselves a chance early in the season.
Wes, what can you kind of tell us about Monte that we might not see on court? Is he first guy in the gym type of dude? What does he love to lift?
He's definitely he's a basketball junkie. He watches games, understands the games. He'll talk basketball all day long. And I think that's as point guards most do. He's a student of the game. So he's just always that's what he does. It's what he lives for. And you can tell by the way he plays.
How are you planning on spending time on the plane?
Well, I have a lot of work to do. So a lot of film. See if I can find a good book and try to get a little rest.